Can the spirit still be stopped?
For generations, the river spirit raged, until our ancestors used the secret medallions.
Heavy silence settled over the council gathering. No one spoke, no one moved. The words hung in the air like a judgment. The only person who knows how to stop what is coming is the friend you sent away. Adaeze felt as though the ground beneath her had disappeared. For years, she had depended on him, trusted him, followed his warnings. Then, in a single moment of pride and anger, she had pushed him away. Now, an entire village stood on the edge of disaster, and she did not even know where to find him. Chief Okoro slowly turned toward Nnanna. Who is this friend? The traveler looked around the gathering. His calm face seemed older than before, tired somehow, as though he had carried a burden for a very long time. The one who has walked beside Adaeze since she was a child. The elders exchanged confused glances. We have never seen such a person. Nnanna nodded. That is because he was never meant to be seen by everyone. Fear spread across several faces. The chief's voice dropped. What exactly is he? For a moment, Nnanna remained silent. Then he answered. He is a guardian. A ripple of shock moved through the gathering. Not a man, not a spirit of evil. A guardian, one assigned to watch, to guide, to protect. Adaeze lowered her head. Memories flooded her mind. Every warning, every saved journey, every avoided danger, every time she had been protected without fully understanding why. And she had thrown it away. That night, Adaeze could not remain in the village. While fear spread through Umuagu, she prepared a small bag and left, alone, without telling anyone. The moon hung high above the forest as she followed the old paths she had known since childhood toward the great Iroko tree, the place where everything had begun. The forest was unusually quiet. Even the insects seemed absent. As she walked deeper among the trees, she noticed strange blue lights moving between the shadows. The same lights from the villagers' dreams, the same lights the hunters had reported. Watching, waiting, following. Fear tightened around her chest, but she kept walking. Eventually, she reached the Iroko tree. The giant tree stood exactly as it always had. Ancient, silent, patient. Adaeze fell to her knees beneath its branches. Tears filled her eyes. For the first time in years, she allowed herself to speak honestly, not as a successful trader, not as the admired woman of Umuagu, not as someone who always had answers, but simply as Adaeze, the frightened little girl who had once gotten lost in the forest. I'm sorry. The words came out broken. I was proud. The wind stirred softly through the leaves. No answer. I thought I no longer needed you. Silence. Tears rolled down her cheeks. I was wrong. Still nothing. The forest remained quiet. And for a moment, Adaeze feared she was too late. Then she heard footsteps, slow, familiar. Her heart nearly stopped. She turned, and there he was, standing beneath the moonlight, exactly as she remembered him, the young man, the friend who had guided her all her life. For several moments, neither of them spoke. Years of friendship stood between them, along with pain, disappointment, and regret. Finally, Adaeze lowered her gaze. I don't deserve your help. The young man said nothing. "But I'm asking anyway." His expression softened slightly. "Not for me." She pointed toward the village. "For them." The young man followed her gaze toward Umuagu, toward the people he had quietly protected for years.
Can the spirit still be
Then
stopped?
he sighed, a long, weary sigh. The danger has already begun. Adaze's heart sank. Can it be stopped? Yes. Hope flickered inside her, but the young man's face remained serious. The spirit beneath the river grows stronger from fear. The dreams, the lights, the disappearances, it feeds on them. Adaeze remembered Nnanna's warning. A spirit that feeds on fear. The young man nodded. Long ago, it was sealed beneath the river. By whom? The guardians. His eyes met hers. People like me. For the first time, Adaeze understood. Not everything, but enough. Her friend had never simply known the future. He had been watching over it, protecting it, guiding it, preparing people for dangers they could not see. Back in Umuagu, chaos had begun. The blue lights now moved openly through the village at night. Children woke screaming from nightmares. Livestock vanished. People locked themselves indoors after sunset. Fear spread faster than fire. And with every frightened heart, the spirit grew stronger. Near midnight, Adaeze returned with the young man. The villagers gathered immediately. Many were shocked to finally see him. Others stared in disbelief. Chief Okoro stepped forward. "So, he is real?" The young man nodded. Nnanna stood nearby, watching silently. Then something unexpected happened. The traveler bowed his head respectfully to the young man. The villagers gasped. Even Adaeze looked surprised. The young man smiled faintly. "Nnanna." The traveler smiled back. "Old friend." Adaeze blinked. "You know each other?" Nnanna laughed softly. "For much longer than you can imagine." At that moment, she finally understood. The traveler had known from the beginning, known who her friend was, known what was coming, known that the argument would lead here. As dawn approached, the entire village gathered beside the old river. The air felt heavy, dark. The water moved strangely, almost alive. Blue lights floated above its surface, hundreds of them. The spirit beneath the river was awakening. The young man stepped forward. For the first time, the villagers saw him not as an ordinary man, but as what he truly was, a guardian. The air around him shimmered faintly. The blue light reacted immediately, swirling violently. The river began to churn. A deep roar echoed from beneath the water. Many villagers stumbled backward in fear, but the young man stood firm. Then he raised his hand and spoke words in a language nobody understood. The river exploded with light. The blue lights rushed upward. The water rose high into the air. A dark shape emerged from beneath the surface, massive, shadowy, formed from fear itself. The spirit, the source of the nightmares. The villagers screamed, but the young man did not move. Instead, he stepped forward, and the battle began. Light against shadow. Hope against fear. For several moments, the river blazed like a second sunrise. The darkness fought desperately, feeding on panic, growing stronger whenever someone lost courage. Then, Adaeze remembered something. All her life, her friend had protected her. Now it was her turn. She stepped forward. Then another villager joined her. Then another.
Come back!
And another.
Where are you going?
Soon, the entire village stood together, not afraid, united. The spirit weakened immediately because fear cannot survive where courage stands together. The shadow shrunk, the light grew brighter, and with one final burst of brilliance, the darkness shattered. The river became calm, the blue light disappeared, and silence returned to Umuagu. Peaceful silence, the kind the village had not known for many months. When the sun finally rose, the danger was gone. The villagers celebrated. Children laughed again. Families embraced. And for the first time in a long while, hope returned. Adaeze found her friend standing beneath the Iroko tree, watching the sunrise. "You saved us," she said. The young man smiled. "We saved us." She looked down, ashamed. "I treated you badly. You were angry. I hurt you." For a moment, he said nothing. Then he smiled warmly. "Friendship is not proven when everything is easy." Adaeze looked up. "It is proven when people choose each other again after mistakes." Tears filled her eyes. This time, not from sadness, but gratitude. The young man looked toward the rising sun. "My work here is finished." Fear returned instantly. "You are leaving?" He nodded. Adaeze's heart sank. But this time, she understood. Some friendships are gifts, not possessions. You do not own them, you cherish them. The young man smiled one final time, and as the first rays of sunlight touched the forest,
home.
he disappeared. Not in anger, not in sorrow, but in peace. Adaeze never saw him again, yet she never forgot him. And from that day forward, whenever parents in Umuagu told stories beneath the moonlight, they ended with the same lesson. Never allow pride to forget the value of those who guide, protect, and care for you. For sometimes, the greatest gift in your life is not knowing tomorrow, but having a true friend who helps you face it.